Hi everyone, it's Richard WINSTONE here with Over 50s Money. I'm trying to record this second energy petition update to give you guys a heads up on where we are with the Ofgem petition. So the last thing I believe we spoke about was the complaints letters that I've been sending back and forth with Ofgem. I have received a reply to that and I haven't replied to their reply yet. I'll be doing that next week. And I'll also obviously post their reply on our website and send you guys a link so you can see exactly what they've said. Effectively, they've not really they've given answers, but they've not said they'll change anything. So the complaints I was predominantly focused on were things like being charged more for your payment method to get a monthly bill. So to explain that, the cheapest way to pay for your energy at the moment is via standard direct debit. But with certain suppliers like British Gas, for example, if you pay by direct debit, you'll receive a bill once every 6 months, which means you don't actually know how much you're using until your bill comes through. So you'll keep paying your monthly direct debit, but it'll just be added as a credit. You build up a credit, and in 6 months' time, you'll get a bill, and you may have been using more than what you're actually paying on your direct debit, and you won't know that you're actually building up a debt until you get this huge 6-monthly bill. And there's not an option to get a monthly bill on standard direct debit. If you do want a normal bill, a monthly bill with British Gas, then you have to pay on what's called pay on receipt of bill, which is still direct debit, but it's different to standard direct debit. So you still pay direct debit each month, but you get billed monthly, and the difference is on pay on receipt of bill, they can charge you more per unit. So you actually pay more for your electricity, but you get to know how much you're spending each month rather than every 6 months. So I don't think that's fair. That's what I've been asking Ofgem about, and their reply is that customers can choose their suppliers, which at the moment we absolutely can't because there's no competition in the market, and that customers can choose their billing cycles and payment methods as they wish, but again, you can't. You can choose your payment method, but then your billing cycle is decided by the energy supplier, or you can choose your billing cycle, i.e. monthly, but then the energy supplier will say, okay, that's only on pay and receipt of bill, so you don't get to choose your actual payment method. You're paying the more expensive version of the direct debit. And Ofgem either aren't understanding that this is what's happening, or they're okay with this happening. They don't want to be too prescriptive. That was the other thing that the complaint letters are about. The prescriptive versus principle-based measures or rules that Ofgem put in place for suppliers on customer services. So obviously their latest market compliance review said that up to 50% of customers just gave up on the phone call because they were on hold for too long. And my complaint to them was that there should be more prescriptive rules in place to say that suppliers should answer a certain number of calls or answer every call within a certain time period. Just setting targets for suppliers to reach so that so that they know what they're going to get in trouble for effectively. That's the problem with principles based. If you just say you have to have a good customer service experience, that's not really measurable. It's not a smart target. And again, Ofgem have said that they have a balance between principles based and prescriptive based regulations for customer service, and they're reviewing it, but there are no immediate changes coming into play right now. They are working with stakeholder groups. I've been in a couple of conversations with them recently, and a variety of other stakeholder groups, but there just aren't any immediate changes coming in. So we'll keep monitoring that, and I'll send them a reply and let you guys know how that goes. But if I'm being honest, I also want to refocus on this petition. So we started delving into the customer service side of stuff after the big prepayment meter issue, so it was spread across the news. And whilst I do think that's really important, I'm not an expert in any of this stuff, and it's not the point of the petition. The petition has 3 very clear goals: get the profit element of the price cap reduced, get the headroom element of the price cap reduced or removed, hopefully, and get VAT on the price cap at least paused during an energy crisis, if not removed permanently. That would be preferable. And I want to refocus on those targets. So to update you on those 3, Ofgem have been working on reformulating the profit calculation, and we're expecting an announcement on that anytime in the next couple of months to see how that's changed. So I think that's a positive thing. I do think they acknowledge that during a crisis, having profit that scales with cost means energy suppliers are getting excess profits and profiteering from the energy crisis, which is a bad thing. So hopefully their reformulation of that element of the price cap will reduce the profits that energy suppliers can charge us. On the headroom allowance, it is part of their programme of work, but it's not being dealt with for another 2 years. So obviously I'm going to be pushing hard on Ofgem to get that brought up the timeline a little bit, or a lot preferably. And then on the VAT front, we haven't approached government yet with our petition, but as I've been saying for a little while, we are planning to hand the petition in sometime, hopefully during May. I'm still working with change.org to organise that, but I'll keep you updated on that. So the main focus for me going forwards is this headroom allowance section of the petition and making sure that Ofgem move up the timescales for reviewing it and hopefully removing it. The final thing I wanted to say is that a lot of you answered the over 50s money energy market survey. I've now completed the analysis on that, or at least the initial analysis. I am open to analysing further if people want specific questions answered. Just email me in at support@over50smoney.com. I'll put that in the link below. And you can read the analysis that I've done so far on an article on our website, which is again in the link in the comments, in the description of this video below. If you do have any questions, feel free to email me. You can write in the comments of this YouTube video, and we now have comment sections available on the Over 50s Money website, so you can comment directly on the article about the analysis of that survey. Thanks again everyone, and please like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.